Okay, a few of you. For those that are still exploring, come by the Chronicle booth. I'm gonna do my best to pair you with other people looking to join a team and also help you iterate to find something to build this weekend. Now, I want to, before we jump into the technical part, I want to give you a first overview on Web3 oracles for any of those that might be new to the Web3 space or just for those of you that need a refresher. The way I like to explain Web3 oracles is by making this analogy with a mobile phone. So your mobile phone is powerful because it allows you to interact with different apps. In order to do that, you need an exchange of sending and receiving information. Now, when you're boarding on a plane and you put your phone on airplane mode, you lose all that. All of a sudden, you lose a lot of functionalities from your mobile phone. Not to say that it becomes pretty much worthless. Now, having this analogy in the blockchain space, you can think about the blockchain, the chain, as your mobile phone. You can think of it as a sandbox. So beyond that sandbox, it doesn't know anything about what's happening out there. It doesn't have any sort of information beyond that sandbox. Here is where Web3 oracles come into place, because they enable information which is outside the chain to have it on chain to power different sort of apps. And this is quite powerful. A few words about myself. My name is Bianca Buzea. I'm lead DevRel at Chronicle. At Chronicle, we offer oracles, decentralized verifiable oracles. In terms of the agenda, we looked at the Oracle problem, and why it's important to have oracles in order to bring data on chain to power different sort of applications. We're gonna look now why Chronicle specifically when it comes to different Oracle providers. Then we're gonna look at what we have in-house for ETHGlobal San Francisco. We're gonna look at the bounties and what you should do in order to get some of those bounties. And last bit, how you can be successful building with Chronicles. I want to make sure you have all the tools and all the information you need in order to be successful this weekend. Now, a few words about Chronicle. Chronicle has been around since 2017 in a way or another. It has been powering makers since 2017. And a very interesting fact is that it was the first oracle on Ethereum. Now, I'm sure some of you are thinking, okay, this is interesting, why I didn't know this? And that's because it used to be part of MakerDAO and powering exclusively MakerDAO until last year in 2023. In 2023, it spun out of Maker. Now it's now under the branding of Protocol, and it's open to the whole Web3 ecosystem. In terms of TVS, or total value secured, it secures over 6 billion of assets, which is great news. Not only that we have an oracle that has been existing successfully for such a long time, but also it secures a great amount of value. Now, a few words about Scribe. So Scribe, it's an extremely gas-efficient oracle using aggregated Schnorr signatures. Schnorr signatures have been around for a while, since the 1980s to be precise. However, this is the first time that Schnorr signatures are used in the context of Web3 oracles. And I'm gonna show you in a second why this is so powerful and what sets apart Chronicle from other Oracle providers. So we're gonna look at three properties: decentralization, verifiability, and scalability. The first one is decentralization. Chronicle is powered by a decentralized network of feeds, also called validators. You can see here some of the most prestigious and well-known protocols out there in the Web3 space, such as Gitcoin, MakerDAO, ETHGlobal, Mantle, and many more. What does it mean? It means that the data that you use is signed by these prestigious operators in the space. So they're staking their reputation, basically. to make sure that you have the right data. The next property is verifiability. So with Chronicle, you can have end-to-end verifiable data. And I want to give you a short demo how you can do that on our dashboard. So if you go here at chronicle.org/dashboard, you can find the different oracles. Let's say I look, I don't know, ETHUSD. For ETHUSD, I can see here the different validators that are contributing, and let's say I select Etherscan. I can see the different data sources used by Etherscan. You can see here a combination of on-chain and off-chain data sources. Even more than that, I can go a step further and verify in the browser that the signature hasn't been altered, the signature of the validator. So this is like if I don't modify anything, if I adjust it even slightly, let's say I delete 1 0, I can see that the signature doesn't match anymore. Similarly, I can verify the Schnorr signature. This is the signature of the data that gets pushed on chain. Now, going back to our properties, so we saw the verifiability, end-to-end verifiability. Next, we have scalability. So with optimistic Schnorr signatures, with the aggregation, we are able to offer gas fee reduction by over 60% on L1s and 68% on L2s. The first benefit I'm sure that comes to your mind is like gas cost, obviously, which means like you pay less for your oracle. But I think even more powerful and more important is the fact that it decouples the oracle update gas cost from the number of validators, which means that now because you don't have to worry for the price you're paying, you can actually have additional validators. You can actually achieve true decentralization. This is very powerful, in my opinion. Next, we have the fact that it's blockchain agnostic. So right now, it's live on 10 chains: Ethereum, Arbitrum, Mantle, Polygon, ZK EVM, Gnosis Chain, ZK Sync, Base, Optimist, Scroll, and most recently, Bera Chain. And we're continuously integrating with additional chains. For the hackathon this week, you are free to use any of these chains. For your projects, either testnet or mainnet, any of those is fine. You can even check the other partners for this hackathon. Some of these are also offering bounties, so you can potentially grab more bounties at the same time. Now, since I mentioned bounties, let me give you an overview of what we have prepared for this weekend in terms of bounties. We have 3 tracks. The first track is best integration of Chronicle Protocol's oracles. We have 2 prizes here, and we want with this track to give you pretty much flexibility with your project. So whether you're considering to have, for example, dynamic pricing for a game or a reputation system, AI optimization for DAO treasury, you name it. We want to give you full flexibility. The single condition is that you use one of our prize feeds, one of our oracles. The next track is the DeFi track. In this track, we're looking for different sort of applications, DeFi applications powered by Chronicle Protocol's oracles. So you can think here, these are only some examples, but there are many more. Lending protocols, decentralized exchanges, yield farming strategies, prediction markets, stablecoins, etc. Now, the last track, and probably my favorite. So as you might know, with ETHGlobal, there are what I call veterans, people who go to a lot of hackathons, people who have been around maybe in the space for a while, and they're very comfortable, and they can build something very quickly. But we also have newbies, and we need to make sure that we are inclusive to everyone, and everyone gets a shot to build this weekend. So for those of you that might be a bit new to the space, or they want a slightly lighter challenge, this track is for you. This one is the education track. And here we're looking basically for the best technical tutorials for developers integrating with Chronicle oracles. You can, I forgot to mention, you can scan the QR code, and in fact, I invite you to scan the QR code. It will get you to the page for our bounties, to this page right here. So in our docs Chronicle at ETHGlobal San Francisco. And here, pretty much, you're gonna have all the information that you need to hack with Chronicle. So starting from the contracts you can find them either in here in the docs or on the dashboard. I personally prefer on the dashboard. When you toggle this dev mode, it takes you to testnet. You're probably gonna use testnet, I assume. Then you have here a notice about the self-kisser. So Chronicle oracles are read protected by a whitelist, which means that in order to read from the oracles, you'll first need to be whitelisted. Now, the good news is that on testnet networks, you can whitelist yourself. We call that a self-kiss. And here, basically, you have a guide that explains you how you can whitelist yourself. Please make sure when you whitelist yourself, you can see here the self-kisser. It's called the contract that enables the whitelisting process. Please make sure you're on the correct network. You can see that the self-kisser has different addresses based on the network. Also, some other things, other recommendations that I would like you to pay attention when you're building. Make sure that, yes, you grab the contract addresses on the network you intend to build. Make sure if you're using more than one contract, more than one oracle, make sure you whitelist yourself for each of those oracles you intend to use. And let's see, if I have one more recommendation, I think there was a third recommendation I had for you. For the whitelisting, that's a write operation. So you will need funds on that network. So make sure you have some funds in order to whitelist yourself to cover for the gas. That's it in terms of recommendations. Let's see what I have next. Okay, I mentioned this. Maybe I show you a little demo right now on Remix. This is a contract that you can find in our docs. So if you look in our docs at tutorials, then consuming Oracle data, you can see this brief contract for Remix. Let me see, so to zoom in a bit to make sure that you can see this properly. So we have this Oracle reader smart contract. Then we define a Chronicle variable of type iChronicle, and we make sure to point it to the oracle that we want to use. In this case, this address here corresponds to the ETHUSD oracle on Sepolia, as you can see here. But of course, you can pick whatever oracle you want on whatever network you prefer. You have all the addresses in the docs. Then we defined this self-kiss instance of type iSelf-kisser. This we point to the self-kisser address on the network that we intend to use. Again, in this case, it's on Ethereum Sepolia. And then in the constructor, we whitelist for that specific oracle that we just defined in the variable Chronicle. Then we have a simple read function. This one will return the value of the oracle and the age. The age represents the time, the Unix timestamp when the oracle was lastly updated. Was updated last, yes. And this is just like from the interface. I copied the interfaces. So it's quite easy. Maybe I do you the demo. So let's compile this and deploy. Make sure when you deploy that actually you deploy the contract and not the interface, because you won't be able to deploy the interface. We confirm this. And let's wait for a bit. I have already here an instance because I wasn't sure how the Wi-Fi will allow us, but seems that it's working fine today. So let's wait for this fresh instance. Okay, we have it here. So this is our Oracle. This is our read function. And you can see here there is quite a large number. No, Ethereum didn't get up to that number. I wish we were living those days. It's just that Chronicle oracles operate with 18 decimal places. And then you have the age of the oracle, so when it was lastly updated. Other important nuggets, let's say, other resources that I want to show you are under guides. This one is a guide on getting read access to contracts. And here you have, again, the self-keys addresses, as well as two methods to whitelist yourself. The first one is using the CLI, using Cast, a CLI from the Foundry team. And the second option is using directly Etherscan. So with Etherscan, for example, I can show you quickly here. This is like the self-keyer contract, I believe. Yes. Let's see. This is the self-keyer on Sepolia, and if you go to right contract, you can see here two methods. It's overloaded, and that's because you have either the option to whitelist an EOA, an externally owned account, when you're whitelisting yourself. But in most of the cases, you will want to whitelist another address, the address of a smart contract. So you're going to go ahead and put here the address of the oracle that you want to use. And here, you're going to put the address of the smart contract that will read from that oracle. And after that, to verify, you're going to go to the address of the oracle that you just whitelisted for. And you can see here we have told that you can query. Again, you can verify if an address has been whitelisted, and it's going to return a bool, either yes or no, if it has been whitelisted or no. Or you can even go and find here, which returns an array of addresses, and you can find the address there, but it's easier if you do this query with bool. What else did I prepared to show you? Oh, we also have a Scaffold Oracle Reader. For those of you who are familiar with Scaffold ETH from Biddle Guild, you have this integration so you can get you up and running, and you can focus on the parts of the projects that differentiate it. And then last but not least, our handles. You can also find us the whole week at the Chronicle booth. So in case you have any questions or you need help, please come by and say hi. Any questions? Okay. Well,
if I wanted to get whitelisted in mainnet, what is the process for that?
I'm gonna
not for the hackathon, but yeah.
Yes, I'm gonna repeat the questions because this is what I was being told for the recording. So if you want to get whitelisted for mainnet, you need to come talk to us, and we're gonna be able to whitelist you. So the permissionless whitelisting process, it's only for testnet. But that should be enough for the hackathon.
You said there was like the Chronicle Oracle and then the Scribe Oracle. Are those different things?
Scribe is this is how we call our Chronicle oracles. It's our flavored oracle using the signatures that I mentioned earlier.
So there's just one oracle? Or there's two?
This is how we call it. Yes, you can think of it as one oracle. Yes.
Do you guys just have data feeds for like token prices, or do you guys also have data feeds for like real life events like sports and all that? Because I wanted to do something in prediction markets, but like I need oracle data for like sport events.
Okay, so the question was like what sort of data feeds we have. Currently, we have different DeFi data feeds. and also some RWAs, real world asset data feeds. However, those are also mainly focused on the financial aspect. You're gonna find stuff like T-bills and yeah, all the fun stuff.